第21届联合国原住民议题常设论坛4月25日到5月6日在美国纽约盛大展开。今年主题聚焦在原住民族、商业、自治及人权之尽责查证，包含自由、事先知情同意。联合国大会主席也特地在开幕式向会员国喊话。
While it is well known that indigenous people comprise less than 5% of global population, but protect 80% of global biodiversity. Moreover, there is growing scientific evidence that indigenous languages that are rich in oral traditions offer evidence for events that happened thousands of years ago. By preserving and promoting these languages, we preserve and promote an important part of our human heritage, identity, and belonging.
全球7000多种语言当中，原住民族语言就超过4000种。不过，根据联合国教科文组织的预估，这个世纪末至少有1半的语言将会消失。对此，联合国曾在2019年订定国际原住民语言年，今年更加强力道，宣布实施国际原住民语言10年全球行动计划，呼吁要为原住民语言复振挹注更多资金，加强国际组织间的合作。
We welcome the Global Action Plan for the International Decade for Indigenous Languages. Governments must support the revitalization of indigenous languages, otherwise they're participating in the ongoing genocide of indigenous peoples around the world. We must continue to work together in partnership, indigenous peoples, member states, and all allies to ensure our indigenous language fluency is restored.
As indigenous peoples lose their languages, they also begin to lose the cultural practices and traditional knowledge which protects the environment. Indigenous peoples currently live with 80% of the world's biodiversity, magnifying the impacts of this loss. When we lose our languages, our physical and mental health also suffers. We know indigenous youth suicide rates increase with the loss of language.
深受战火所苦的乌克兰原住民代表也在会议上大力谴责俄罗斯政府的暴行，获得全场支持。
For 8 years, indigenous Crimean Tatar people suffer the occupation of their land, Crimea. We try to survive, as we did for centuries, despite deportations, ethnic cleansings. Despite all hardships of war and occupation, Ukraine stands firm to protecting its people. Ukrainian President Zelensky submitted the law to the Ukrainian parliament, recognizing Crimean Tatars, Karais, and Krimchaks as indigenous people of Ukraine. And this is something that we've been dreaming for 30 years as a nation.
2000年成立的常设论坛，每年针对原住民族经济社会发展、文化、环境、教育、健康、人权6大面向提出改善建议。今年虽因疫情影响，采取实体和线上的混合会议模式，依然不减会员国之间热烈的对话及讨论。短短12天会议，牵动着全球原住民族的未来。记者拉瑙、林柏宏编译。